And you know that transactions do not behave the same. Remember under account equation? Sometimes you sell on credit, sometimes you sell using what? Cash. So now it's time for us to group all the cash transactions together, all the credit transactions what? Together. That's why we call this what? Subsidiary. Sometimes we call them books of first entry. Okay, so it means we are gonna group all those transactions according to their behavior. But let's go through them one by one. Now, let's start with the first one. Remember, I'm just trying to give you all the subsidiary journals, and thereafter we focus on what? The cash ones, okay? Now, let me start with this one. Cash book receipts. Guys, this is formally known as cash receipts journal. You can still call it that, but remember it depends on the book. In this book, we call it what? Cash book receipts. And in short, you will see that we normally call it what? But you can still call it what? CRJ. CRJ stands for cash receipt journal. So if you don't have accounting background, don't worry. Just know it as what? Cash book receipts. I'm talking about those who have got accounting background. Don't be confused, guys. It's the same thing that you learned when you did your grade 8. Now, the question is, what kind of transactions do we normally record here? In a nutshell, we record all the inflows of cash. You will realize that by the time when we receive, we are going to record under what? Cash book receipts. Meaning any cash that is getting in must be recorded under what? Cash book receipts. Meaning you must understand when you read a transaction. When you sell, don't just say sold and you stop. No, check how did you sell. If you sold on credit, you are not receiving cash. But when you sell for cash, it means you are receiving what? Cash. It's then that you come to what? The cash book receipts. Are we together? So we need to understand it. Remember we talked about the source documents before? Which source documents do you think will represent the inflow of cash? CBP at the back there. At the back there. And then, which source document? No, that is a book. So, which source document do we normally issue here? Anyone that is? Don't you remember this? A receipt can be issued. Don't forget the source document. We said we could also issue what? Cash what? Invoice. So it depends. So don't worry, the source documents will be given to you. And sometimes when they sell, they don't tell you how they sell. By just looking at the source document, you must be able to remember. So I'm just giving an example of this. We still have to go through this again. So in a nutshell, we record only cash in. And sometimes we pay. What is the opposite of that? Cash book payments. How can I shorten this? CBP. So you need to understand this. Don't take them for granted. So obviously, I record what? All outflows of cash. But you will remember, you will realize that not all the cash. It depends whether that item is a small item or not. Okay. So, but mostly outflows will be recorded under what? CBP. Give me the source document that we can normally use when we pay. Thank you very much. This is the main one. We call it what? Check counter point. I remember we went through this. I'm just trying to recap here. I can see some of you feel demoted. Unfortunately, this is the situation. Okay? Yes. I apologize for bringing this again. Phone. Are you pressing something? Can you call me, please? Oh, welcome by the way. Eh? Yes, thank you very much. Now, let's go to number 3. Sometimes we sell goods on credit. What do we call the people to whom we sold goods on credit? Debtors. We sell to debtors, we buy from. But I know deep down you know what I'm talking about. Okay. But when you sell goods on credit, there's a general code. How can I shorten this? DJ. But please, this is not the one who mixes. Yeah? You know that one? The music. Yeah. This means debtors journal. We only record the sales of on credit. I don't skip. I'm just showing off. Huh? I go there and come back. Okay. So sales of goods on. Can you see? I said check only. What is the other term for goods? Inventory, or trading stock, merchandise. So if you can sell a bicycle now or this table, you can't come here on credit. It must be what? Only goods when you sell goods on credit. Be careful. Because in the exam, they give you a mixture of transactions. Né? You need to select which one will come to the DJ. Which source document do we normally issue here? Credit? Thank you very much. It's good. Now, sometimes these people can return the goods which they bought from us. There must be a book for the returns. So what book is that? You can try. Debtors? Allowances? Thank you very much. We call it DA. Meaning here we record all the returns by what? Debtors. Sometimes if we overcharge them, we come and record here. Can you see now? Overcharge, maybe sometimes you overcast or undercast. You know, sometimes you make mistakes. So we need to make sure that we come here. So can you see so far I've got 4 of them. But sometimes we buy items on credit. Where do we record them? Also known as CJ. Okay? And then what do we record here? All items bought on, and which source documents do we normally issue here? Credit. So don't worry, we still have to learn these things one by one. We must know how to record. But for now, we need to understand what must we record. Okay? Now, sometimes we return to them. Where do we record when we return to them? We decide to return to creditors. We can call it, in short, guys, are you sleeping? Because if you sleep, I'll prolong the lesson. You better behave. Gonna go home around 6? Because I'm waiting for traffic. I can't be here. Meaning, returns to guys. I'm gonna be very strict when I mark. After this, I'm gonna mark. Can you see what you're doing now? I'm gonna be very strict. Even if you get it right, as long as your handwriting is not the same as mine. Okay, no problem, guys. Theory, I know theory. That's why we don't like theory, because it's boring. You don't think about it, just like I like some of you very creative when you tell me, yeah, I like it. Tell me the story. Yeah. I like the story, by the way. My brother, the sun falling there, man, on fire. Can't wait to see her. Live him. I'm gonna mark his script very soon. Now, sometimes we buy items for cash, but they are very small in nature. We call that. Remember, I'm not going according to your book, because I'm showing you that I know them. How can we shorten this one? And which items do we record here? Small items. Can you see now? And then, which source document? Petty cash voucher. Okay, let's go back to that one. We didn't. What is the source document here? Yeah. No, the other one? Credit? Note. I think someone will even put it. Even here we must write what? Where is it? Yeah. It must be credit note, no? But as I said, don't stress much about them. I'm just reminding you, we went through this already. Okay. Let me finish. This is boring. Sometimes when you record, guys, you're going to find it in the exam. You realize that the transaction, one of them or two of them, cannot be recorded in one of these. There's only one option. What is that general called? Call it? Or you can call it? GG. Meaning all the items which cannot be recorded in the other journals. And you check yourself. The minute you see yourself struggling, just know that you suspect that you're going to record under what? Journal. So I'm going to stop here with the theory, because I can see that